Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Lounging with Lisa, the video series that has me lounging while coming at you with thoughts of the day. We're looking at little he chewing on his hay. He's getting fuzzy. They just lost their summer coat like in September. I'm not kidding. That's how these donkeys are. He doesn't really lose his that much. Anyhow, I haven't come at you wildly for a while. I just wanted to tell you a few things that are going on. Unfortunately, there's some bad news. Our kitty cat Bernard, the mysterious cat that I'll explain all that later, how mysterious he is, but he died. He got, like, about a month ago, I think it was, we took him to the vet, and he had some mats and stuff, and we really wanted to have them removed, so they shaved him. It was really funny. Probably like 6 weeks ago. I can't remember when, ladies and gentlemen, forgive me. But he had some other things, and they fixed him up with that, and I don't know what happened to him. If he got into something, or I just don't know. He was our last indoor-outdoor kitty, and whatever it was, he was pretty normal last week, other than he never really gained a lot of weight. He was real thin. That's why we took him to the vet to begin with, and she wormed him and all that jazz that they do. And he never, like, he was always hungry and stuff still after that, and, you know, seemed normal because he was always been hungry. And then he just didn't seem to be gaining any muscle or anything back. It was like he was thin. So, but I think it was Thursday of last week, just several days ago. It's now Wednesday. He just wasn't doing well at all. And in fact, his glands seemed swollen, like on his neck. And at first we thought, because I put a new collar on him, that maybe he was having some sort of reaction to those, because you never know. But that wasn't it. So life went on, and the bottom line is, he's, you know, like in human beings, like your Uncle Tom will be at death's door, and then he'll have a good day or something, or a couple days, and then he'll pass away. That's how it is, I think, with like living creatures. It's how it was with Bernard anyway. He seemed to be kind of turning a corner, and I was off Friday and Saturday, so I spent that time with him totally, and we switched his diet. He was eating like this grass-fed beef and a little bit of liver and really good things, and some amino acids that were Zoe's, and blah, 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 blah. And he seemed to be doing okay, like Saturday night, Sunday morning, except his eye seemed a little cloudy. And I had to go to work, and by the time I came home from work, he had been having seizures. It was apparent, like he knocked over some water, and he was like on the floor, and he would try to get up, and mind you, he was still purring the whole time. He would try to get up, and then his head would like spin. I mean, it just was bad news. We don't know if it was a fast-acting cancer. Well, but this was on the weekend. There's no vet available. So I called Joel, who was, of course, at the famous trailer, and he came right over, and, you know, it was very upsetting. I mean, Joel was totally in tears, and the whole 9 yards, because he's the one who had to had to put him down. And I guess that was extremely painless, and nothing weird went on. Sometimes weird things go on when you have to do that, but in Bernard's case, it wasn't weird at all, thank God. Because it's bad enough, the poor man, you know, had to do it. We had to do it. There was no way I was going to wait till Monday, and the cat was suffering at that point. Now, he had been kind of good in the afternoon, like lounging with his head in Joel's hand, as long as, like, you would hold him, or, well, here's Stanley wanting attention, or whatever. He was good, and he purred and everything, and then we said our goodbyes to him. Spencer came over, and Katie and stuff, and then, you know, we buried him Joel buried him at 6 o'clock on Sunday night. So I haven't really been in the mood to make a video, but I told a few of the loungers who I'm in touch with, you know, on Messenger or whatever. Stanley's going to scratch his cheek. And so on and so forth, and I just thought I'd let you know. I'm sure he's been in videos. He used to hang out with Zoe, and here's the mysterious part of Bernard. Now I can tell you that. I'll turn on this light so you can see, huh? Oh, God. The mule's going to try to get in the barn. Oh, dear. Well, that serves you right, Stanley. He wants to go in there desperately now. In fact, when I'm done with his routine, I lead him in there so he can get it out of his system. Okay, anyhow, years and years ago, I'm going to say 10 years ago, or we don't know how long, a long time ago. See, I have it with the wheelbarrow, so he can't get in. This cat, Bernard, showed up at our house, and he was real skittish. He wouldn't let us near him. He was real long-haired, brown tabby with bushy tail and whole 9 yards. And he was clearly a tomcat. There was no question. I'm going to have to speed up the story. And he arrived one time, I don't know when it was, but his ear was really messed up, like somebody, like he'd gotten into a fight or something, or blah, blah, blah. And Joel was able to kind of hold him, like just with him on the ground, like just touch him. And then I took this hydrogen peroxide and aimed it right at it and whatever. So he disappeared for months at a time, and he always did that. He would disappear for months at a time and then show up. So we thought, well, maybe he belongs to a neighbor. Would you quit it? Or something. We weren't sure. Do I have a treat in my pocket? And we just weren't sure what his story was. But so then, right after Austin died, Joel's son, Bernard arrives at the house, and he just throws himself down under the healing tree. And he never left since, and that was April of 2019. But the weird thing was, here he got fixed. And we're sure it's the same cat, by the way, totally sure. And in some place in this time period, he brought Bernadette to us through the cat door. She came in through the cat door. Get it? Raspberry beret. Okay. Anyhow, down in the laundry room, this donkey's going to try to get in now. Jeez. And so that's how we got Bernadette, and that's why her name is Bernadette, because she's named after Uncle Bernard. But at any rate, it was just really weird. Suddenly there was this cat that we know for sure was the same cat, but he was not intact any longer. And he never left our house since. Like, he was an indoor-outdoor kitty. So mainly he was in, though, like in the winter and stuff like that. But we don't know if a neighbor, like, maybe saw him with that ear situation. They were able to catch him and take him to get fixed. We just don't know at all. But the bottom line is, he did pass to the great beyond. He's buried out there beside Todd. Longtime loungers will remember Todd. And Mars, of course, Pat Hacker's favorite kitty. Zoe was cremated, and she's in the house next to Mother's ashes. So, oh dear. That's the story, and I'm sticking to it. And I just, like I said, I haven't done a video. I haven't been in the mood to. It's been really difficult because, oh, well, this is exciting. Oh, look at that. Just every little thing reminds us of Bernard. You know, he always begged for food. Every time I would go in the kitchen, he would stand up and greet me. You know how, like, gentlemen in the old days would stand up when a lady entered the room? That's how it was, although I'm not much of a lady and, you know, whatever. But he would always stand up and, you know, beg for food. And then that Buddy bench, longtime loungers will remember that Buddy Bates sent me this bench in the mail, and I used to sit on it for the live gigs. That's where he always hung out. It's like right in this hallway where I always pass through. And you know how it is, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sure you've all lost a pet before. It's not much fun. It's upsetting. And poor Joel having to, you know, actually take care of the situation. I just feel terrible for him, and he was just beside himself. So there you have it. There's the story of what has been going on. You know, I tried to nurse him back to health. It just didn't work. And he was older than we thought, too. Like, last time we took him to the vet, they said they couldn't and that was only 6 weeks ago, 2 months ago, something like that. They said they couldn't really pinpoint his age, but it was definitely like mid-teens or whatever. I said, well, could we safely say like 14? And she said, yeah, we think it was a little bit older. So anyhow, he brought us a lot of joy, and we certainly will miss him. So we have Louise, the Maine Coon, the elusive Louise, Marie, who is huge, and of course Bernadette. And Bernadette definitely knows something's going on or went on, because she was just meowing and running around, and you know, they know, of course. Oh, Stanley's scratching. He's really flexible. I'm putting this camera way up. Anyhow, Stanley got jealous a while ago because I was giving attention to this one and working with him, actually. I'm not kidding. Stanley got totally jelly, as Judy of Maine might say. I don't know. Would you say that, Judith? Anyhow, so I had to work with him to compensate. Look at my guy. God love. He's got that soulful eye going on. You're staying in the small area tonight. I don't care how cute you are. All right. Well, over and out here on Lounging with Lisa. Thanks for listening to this saga of 10 minutes. It's going to be 10 minutes by the time I hang up here. There's the Geesingtons. They think they're going out. These guys do. They don't really freak out, though, and try to get out into the big one. Or, like, if I open the gate, they don't crowd me or any of that crap. So they're okay. They have plenty to eat. I'm keeping them in the small area. Probably till the weekend. All right, I've gone over 10 minutes. Over and out. I'm not doing a closing here on Lounging with Lisa.